Okay, well, thank you for coming to the Athletic Coaching Certificate presentation. In this, we'll cover areas that will incorporate classes in the coaching certificate and various prerequisites maybe, and support and answer any questions that you might have. This presentation will also be posted on YouTube, or I'll get a link to post it on YouTube so you can review it later at any time you wish. All right, let me just move quickly to the presentation for you and share screens. All right. Okay, so ideally, if one of you could, maybe Elias, can you see the presentation in front of you?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so let me just roll on from here. If you need me to stop, please ask questions at any time or roll through. I imagine I'm going to be taking about 15 to 20 minutes of your time. Thank you for that. All right, so myself, if you don't know me already, my name is Neil Hull. I'm a lecturer here at UTSA in kinesiology, and I sort of administer, I don't want to say control, but I run the majority of the athletic coaching certificate. So if we have questions, I'm a good person to ask. If I can't answer them, then I might place you on to Dr. Oyama, or I'll put you through to Dr. Dorgo, who is the chair of kinesiology. All right, quick little introduction to why we're doing this, where we're going to go. If you've been in my classes before, then you know this is the kind of stuff we do. All right, so a little something there just about trying to guide and get us in the right direction to understand where we go within this class. And the areas we're going in this class is our purpose, our reason that we want to coach. If you've been through my classes, you're going to know that we deal a lot with our reasoning, our purpose, our why, that inspires us to go further. My name, as I said, is Neil Hull. I'm a lecturer here in coaching education. I'm also on the national staff of United Soccer Coaches, so I do this for a living. I do it day in and day out. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. And coaching is a big, big passion of mine, and trying to create better coaches to create better players, with the idea that better people make better players. So therefore, if we're better coaches, we can support that. If you wish to email me, my email is here on the screen, neil.hull@utsa.edu. If you wish to follow me on Twitter, you can. And my office is in the main building, 3rd floor, 3.487 is the number of it. All right, then, the objective of this athletic coaching certificate, or this presentation, to support information on our coaching certificate. It's classes, content, and the process that we will use to gain the athletic coaching certificate. And through kinesiology, we don't necessarily run minors anymore. We run certain certificates in athletic coaching, athletic training, biomechanics. I believe next semester we're going to be bringing one in for strength and conditioning as well. And so we run these in line, and these will help support areas if you wish to go into university coaching, you wish to go into high school coaching or club coaching. And so you might leave here with a degree in kinesiology and a certificate in athletic coaching. You might leave here with a degree in mathematics and you want to be a high school coach, you'll end up with a kinesiology athletic coaching certificate as well. How does your resume change from the person next to you if we're all the average kind of student?
Recording in progress.
All right, so this is part of it. And to get here, the classes that we'll attend, now you can do these in any order, but ideally I would recommend you attend 3013 Coaching Theory first. I know some of you on this call have attended some of the other classes, and I probably reference coaching theory many times through the semester for you. But we work for 3013 coaching theory. We then have 4413 coaching methodologies, 3223 coaching leadership, 4123 introduction to sports psychology, of which I believe there's a prerequisite. We'll talk about that more in the presentation. And then your final class in the process will be your coaching practicum. We'll talk about how and when you can attain that at the same time. Students are to register their intent with their advisors. So if you have an advisor, let them know that you want to do the athletic coaching certificate. A lot of the advisors, sadly, I don't want to say are ill-informed, but they're not very well informed of interdepartment areas. So if you have an advisor that doesn't quite understand about where it's coming from, or they're new to the school, have them connect with me. Even better, have them connect with Sarah Sanchez through HCAP, which is the College of Policy that kinesiology now comes under. And they can copy or email sarah.sanchez2@utsa.edu at any time. And I think it might be better if we put them onto that level, and she can then support and assist them with their knowledge. If you get stuck at any time, feel free to come through to me, and I can help to oil the wheels that make the process move. All right then. Testimonials are often some of the best ways to pass back information to people. And what I'd like to do here is offer you a testimonial from, if I can go back one, where am I now? Lost it. Offer you a testimonial from a previous student about our coaching theory class. This course has taught me many things, from developing a coaching philosophy, defining success, to having a growth mindset. These are just small aspects as to what I have learned through this course. I have learned small things that make such a big difference in developing as a player or as a coach, such as discipline and non-negotiables. I have learned to teach that winning isn't everything, and that the road to success doesn't just come overnight. I have learned through Wooden's pyramid of success that there is more to it than just skills and talent. It takes a team to come together, to work hard with great character, friendship, team spirit, confidence, etc. This course has taught me to truly think about how I say things and how to deal with things that will happen as a coach, such as letting go of a player, dealing with angry parents, and even angry players. This course has taught me just the beginning of my future as a coach, but has taught me preparation to my journey while being confident and having more of a background to be successful, to be a successful coach for my players. This course was very knowledgeable, and the main thing it has taught me is there's more to coaching than people think. Testimonial from one of our students. We project the system that coaching is a science, and so generally sciences are unproved, they're ambiguous, and that's where we are. So as we discuss this primary class coming through the process, Coaching Theory 3013, we would like to say that this is the first class in the system for you, if you can. Next semester, spring 2023, we will be offering 2 cohorts to this class. Currently, our classes are about 50 strong. Ideally, by offering 2 cohorts, we'll have 30 in each. Smaller classes make for better crossing over of information, I personally believe. Areas we're going to study in this class are your mission, vision, and values, and how these will affect you as a coach. We'll discuss and write your personal coaching philosophy. We'll see how this grows. We'll see how this develops over the period of the semester, learning, knowledge, and understanding. We'll talk about leadership as a coach. We'll go through you being a coach leader. We'll make you uncomfortable in this class, but you'll grow through that as a team and through as an individual to come out on the other side and feel what it's like to be coached and to have been in the position that you're going to place others in. We'll study master coaches. We'll study people like John Wooden. We'll cover behavior from people like Mark Bennett. We'll do with mindset, growth, and fix from one of the leading knowledgeable people in this area, Caroline Dweck. We'll do with mental skills and how they affect mental toughness and self-efficacy. We'll talk a lot about parents and how the parents are an asset to you as a coach, but you may not see them that way yet. And then one of the closing areas that's going to be a tremendous support for you in proving that theory can go from paper to field is we'll arrange a tournament, and we'll set up a tournament, and we'll play a tournament as part of your final exam. Through this class, also, you'll do the NFHS certification, which will qualify you in the fundamentals of coaching, and it's another builder for your resume. Make you better, make you different. How can we get you employed in this field against somebody else? Okay. Next class we're going to come into then is going to be coaching methodologies. Some catalogs read this as coaching athletics, 4413, but it's now class as coaching methodologies. We're going to apply, from this class, we're going to apply practically different styles of teaching sport. We're going to go through creating functional lesson plans. We're going to create a system of software so you can have that for yourself. We're going to create a baseline for you to work forwards from. In Sam's case, we're not going to chase butterflies. Just a quick reference there. We'll go through systems like whole part whole. We'll go through systems like progressive. We'll go through ecological dynamics, a very modern system of coaching, which is really empowering the players of tomorrow. We'll work on behaviors and how behaviors, if we get the behaviors right, we get everything right. And we'll work through field coaching practices. Now, as you see up there, Marcus Davenport, he took these classes, he went through, he's now gone from school to representing the NFL. They're successful for him. He regularly comes back and chats with us about these ideas. So we can actually take you into these worlds. Coaching leadership. This is another new class that's going to come in. It's under title 3223. It used to be under a special topics title. This will take you then from coaching theory and coaching methods of being maybe an assistant coach, an assistant role, to taking you through actions that you are now a head coach. I will become your athletic director, and I'll support you with the information that you'll need to become a head coach. Previously, I would have created the mission, vision, values for you. Now you'll create your own. You'll work through your personal why statement, the reason you honestly do things. And it's not easy, but we'll work together and get that out. Once we understand that, our life can go a lot smoother. You'll develop a coaching manifesto, a guide that will help you in whatever sport you teach, in whatever department you go into. So if you take this back into a high school and you become a softball coach, you'll have a framework that you can start your first teams off with already. All the pre-work you need to get to run a team will be in your hands through completion of this class. We'll model presentations from leaders in the coaching field. We'll work through the role of the assistant coach. That hasn't previously been in this class, but coaches in our athletic certificate have said, what is the role of the assistant coach? We have to listen. We have to work to your needs as a student. And if you don't understand that role, part of our job to teach that to you or support you with the knowledge that can make you better, because often that's the first place you're going to go and you need clarity in its direction, its leadership. You'll present from certain books from the coaching world lined up to the principles that we'll cover in leadership. This is a new course. The feedback from the people we've got on this course, it's stepped them higher and beyond in preparation for their practicum than anything they could have wished of. Introduction to Sports Psychology. Class held through the kinesiology system. If you'd like to know more on this, I believe one of the greatest assets to this class, although there's many, is Professor William Land in the kinesiology department. I'm led to believe from advisors there is a prerequisite for this class, and it's the fundamentals of kinesiology. If you're a psychology major, you may be able to clip out of that and go straight into the intro to sports psychology. It's a question you'll have to have with Professor Land or with your advisors. And you'll work this one through your advisors or through Professor Land, and you'll be able to help and support you with that. Coaching practicum then. Ideally, this is the last class in your process. However, we do let you take this in line with another coaching class. So if you wanted to take this in line with your coaching leadership, fine. If you want to take this in line with your coaching methodologies, fine. It just helps you support it, but there can be quite a workload here. Getting into this class, you need clearance through me. We've got to make sure that you have the prerequisite courses for this class. Otherwise, we're not setting you up for success. And that will just come from a little sit-down meeting, going through your degree works and making sure you're ready to go. Or we can do it online as well if necessary, not a problem. The practicum is a minimum of 150 hours in your chosen field of coaching. So if you want to go into personal training, it'll be there. If you want to go into softball, it'll be there. If you want to go into martial arts, it'll be there. If you want to go into football, it'll be there. You will place yourself with your practicum and your practicum site. I will then go through it and I will ensure that it is accredited and in line with university protocol for your site to be safe and an educational environment. So once you get it, you'll turn around to me and you might say, I'd like to do basketball and work it through. Something's just happened to my computer. Hold on a second, please. You might get it and you might want to do basketball. Ideally, I'd like to set you up with UTSA's basketball team, guys or girls. If you want to do football, I'd like to set you up with their football team. If your aim is to become a high school football coach, we'll try and get you into a high school. But you'll do the work. You'll find the high school. You'll talk with the AD. You'll submit your resume, your cover letter, like it's a job for you. Because the chances are you could get a job from this. You could gain position from this, as many have in the past. You need to select your location 6 weeks prior to the end of your semester. So if we're in the fall semester now, as registration opens, we're already looking for these locations for students. So as we hit the spring semester on the beginning of January, you're ready to go. We're not wasting any of your semester time to get it. Now we said here it's 150 hours in the field of coaching. We've had some students here working with Division I football programs, putting in 1,740 hours. You get in what you get out. You got an opportunity of a lifetime to succeed. So we've got to make sure it works for you. Quite a bit of pre-course paperwork for this. We'll work through that together once you're registered and cleaned through. When we're in this, you need to register for completion of your certificate with your advisor and with HCAP, an area that we'll deal with as we progress through it. You're basically left to your own occurrences with 4 meetings and mentorship, an advisory, and a final presentation at the end of your coaching practicum. So there's not a lot of university time. It's more your time on-site learning. So if we're willing to move forward on this, and we'd like to move forward on this as a student looking for the athletic coaching certificate, contact your advisor. Let them know that you want to be a part of it. If your advisor needs to, they can directly contact me, or they can go to Sarah Sanchez and she can support them out as well. After this email, after this presentation, email me, let me know of your intent. I can then add information to you. I can give you some paperwork to support further knowledge, further moving forward within the systems. Plan your semesters. You know which classes you need? Plan them out so that you may get your practicum at the end of your final semester, if that's what you wish. If you wish to do it in basketball, get your practicum in the fall or spring semester. If you wish to do football, ideally, I think the fall is the best semester for football, softball, martial arts, boxing, wherever you wish to go. If it's seasonal, I suggest you try and set it up so it comes within the competitive season. Get out, watch and observe coaches. All our UTSA coaches welcome you to come out and watch them and observe them and see where they go. There are some closed sessions for football. We have to understand that, but the majority of our coaching sessions, practices are all open. Read, listen, and grow. Invest in yourself, and we'll move forward with it. So to close out then this small presentation, please connect with me if you need to, or you want further information. Make recognition known to your athletic advisor that you want to be a part of the athletic coaching certificate. If they're not quite sure of what to do or how to register that within your degree works or your program, have them connect with Sarah Sanchez or myself. If you wish to come and speak with me, happily do so. We can set up a meeting through Zoom, or we can set up a meeting in my office through office hours. That concludes the base of the presentation. Students, do you have any questions, or would you like to support with thoughts or questions or anything that I may not have covered?
I got a question, Coach.
Please.
When and how do we get approval for the site? So like I'm already talking with the athletic director at Sotomayor. Would that be an approved site since it's an ISD?
Yeah, we have approved agreements with many of the ISDs. There's one we don't have, which I think is South San at the moment. I've just got to secure the information. If you're going to a recognized school district and the athletic director has agreed and invited you in, then we're good with that. I just got to make sure you're in a safe environment and a positive learning environment. If you're only going to the YMCA and coaching with a basketball team for 4 hours a week, it's not going to suffice the requirements of the practicum. If you're in a school program or an organized program, then chances are you're going to be hitting 30 hours a week and you're going to be nailing it. It's just to make sure that we place you in the best environment we can for success so you get the most out of it.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Coach, I have a question.
Please, Sam.
Okay, so like you said, well, like speaking to the AD and stuff, like so before, like, I mean, while choosing a site, do we need to have the resume and the cover letter already, or is that something like we do like after?
I would ideally, again, you set yourself up for success. So if you connect with, let's go for Reagan High School, and you connect with Reagan High School, you want to do basketball. I would be emailing the head basketball coach of Reagan High School and letting them know that you're a student at UTSA and you'd like to study under them for your coaching practicum as part of a coaching certificate. Happily copy me into all your emails and I can support with information as well. And then he said, you'd like to send them and share with them your resume, your cover letter, or attach it to your initial letter so they can review you and see if you're the right kind of person for their program. When we interview, interviews go two ways. You've got to interview them and see if they're correct for you, and they interview you. But this is part of the practicum. It's kind of making you a little bit uncomfortable, but you get to own the site where you want to go to. I'll help you and support you as much as I can. But you know how I teach. I don't give answers. I give more and more questions because I'm painful like that. But I'll help you do it. But it's got to be your job. Okay? Not job, but your effort that makes it work. Any other questions?
I got one, Coach.
Please.
So if you already have the paperwork from last semester, I already have all the cover letter, the resume, pretty much the paperwork the coach has to fill out. Can I get that started now, just so that way?
Please do. Please do. Registration won't be open for another 2 weeks, I think. Something like that for us. Work ahead of yourself. The first principle of leadership we cover in our leadership class is be proactive. Mm-hmm. The more proactive we are, the better we're going to be as a coach. So if you know you've got a place you'd like to go into, contact them now and then set the paperwork system rolling. You will get registered for this class as long as you have the prereqs, as long as you've done your theory, your methods, your leadership, etc. And I should hasten to add, that's all with the current catalog 2024. Mm-hmm. You may well be been at UTSA for 3 or 4 years, and you might be on a previous catalog. Previous catalogs have other requirements. So you might have done scientific principles. In the last 2 years, that was one of the requirements. So we honor the previous catalogs as well. So if you're ready for it, just speak to me, DegreeWorks, etc. I'll put the tick in the box, go and connect yourself through, and then the formality is registration. Okay. Does that answer your question, Matt?
Yes, it does.
Anyone else? Okay, guys and girls, thank you very much for your time. If this has spurned thought, please happily email me and I'll answer any questions independently. If you have other students you know this might benefit, or teammates or whatever might work with you, let me know. We're here to support you. Okay? All right, guys, take care. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Coach, I have another question.
Oh, Sam, I just ended the meeting, but I'll happily answer your question, Miss Mariposa. Go for it.
Okay, I'll email you.
No, please, go for it.
Oh, you want me to ask?
Yeah, it's still running. Recording's still running.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to record it.
All right, hold on. You said stop recording, so I did.
Yes, I thought